Let's drop into this field together. And just allowing awareness to drop down from the screen. And including the whole experience, everything that's here. And allowing the body to enjoy the reliable support of the ground, of the chair. Just really allowing ourselves to land here. And as full participants in this. And just noticing all the different vibrations moving through the field, moving through the body. And you might just allow the body to move a little bit. No, we don't need to be tight. We're not looking for some fixed posture. Not looking for some fixed experience. No, we get to be here just as we are. Already totally valid, totally belonging. Already spiritual enough. Already aware. And just allowing the breath all the way down into the body, right to the base of the torso. And letting everything be released in the out breath. Not needing to hold our experience in. Gets to be here, gets to be expressed, gets to breathe. And not needing to do anything, not needing to make anything happen. And just allowing awareness to gently touch every aspect of our experience, every dimension of it. All gets to be included. And not looking for anything in particular. Just allowing the natural opening, natural sensitivity. We're invited to feel everything that's here. Even the parts of our experience that might feel uncomfortable, the parts that we might be scared to feel. There's plenty of space for all of this. even the parts of our experience we've been taught to make wrong. Even the parts we might imagine to be unspiritual or unevolved. Every movement of life through us is welcome. It's innocent. Even unpleasant feelings, even tightness. You can just notice how everything here is alive. Already valid, already part of reality. And there's nothing we need to shut down. Everything gets to move through this space. even the judgments of what's moving through this space. Even the judging of the judgments. You can notice how none of this damages reality. And there's nothing here we need to struggle against. Even the experience of struggle. We have complete permission to have exactly this experience. Already completely valid, not more, not less. Everything's alive, everything's moving. And there's no special experience we're supposed to get a hold of and keep. No enlightened experience we're supposed to capture. The truth is already here. Nothing extra is needed. This is already bigger than any of our goals, anything we can imagine. Beyond any image of self, any image of reality. So much beyond any game we imagine we're playing. So vast, so open. So surprising. And then we get to gather in this together, explore together. And we get to accompany each other. And remembering that we're not really alone. And we're all completely inside this unfolding. And when you're willing, I'm just going to invite you to allow your eyes to open. Just receiving the light. Receiving the visual field. Not needing to be anyone. I'd love to open this space and invite you to share whatever's alive for you, whatever's arising. It can be something challenging or something beautiful, something confusing or curious. Ah, Shay. Yeah. That's another way to do it. You can do a chat if you can't find the raise hand. It's in the participant button at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Shay, I'll unmute you.
Hi, Adam.
Why?
It's so wonderful to be here with you. And this guided meditation, I cried so much. I was totally emotional, and wow, a lot of feelings just poured out, and was so amazing. I'd like to ask a question, but I don't know if this is. I mean, I have had a few private sessions with you in the past, and they were sort of more than amazing. I can't wait to do it again. So I just, if it's okay with you, Adam, I have a small question about the practice. Is it okay if I ask?
Sure.
Okay. In the private sessions that we had, you taught me how we are turning towards the space that's aware of everything, and you've explained to me so clearly how everything I am aware. Well, the awareness, not me, is aware of everything I say or do, but I find it very difficult to stay in this space of awareness, because each time a thought or a feeling or a sensation comes along, it feels to me as if my awareness is collapsing into the object, and I'm no longer in this quiet space, and I'm sort of like losing it, and I don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, and is it happening now?
Just a second. Yes, I have a bad sensation, and it seems like everything is now collapsing into this bad sensation, and I lost the beautiful space I was at before when we did the guided meditation.
Yeah, so we're just allowing the sensation to be here, just like bringing awareness to it. What is it that's aware of the sensation?
I'm sorry,
What is it that's aware of the sensation?
me.
And what's that?
Well, if I'm gonna say my body, my thoughts, my feelings, but there is something that's aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm at a space again. I just don't know how to stay there without this beautiful space collapsing into an object such as a thought, feeling, sensation.
Yeah, and just to notice the space is always here. It's what's aware of everything, including the collapse, the apparent collapse.
Okay, now I have a strong sensation of fear and I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, so just not have to do anything, just like let yourself feel that.
Okay.
You know, let the body move if it wants to. If it wants to shake or cry or whatever it wants to do. You know, what does it feel like?
It feels vast and open. I'm just so afraid I'm going to collapse into an object again, like a thought, feeling, sensation. Oh, again, there's a sensation again, and I'm totally collapsing in it. And I lost the space again.
Yeah, and what's noticing the collapse?
That. Oh.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. I'm laughing at my own craziness. Oh.
Yeah, it's like these feelings, like the feeling of fear can just project like there's a problem, there's a crisis, you know, like I could lose this. You know, it's like it's just these fear projections that the mind creates. So just like letting yourself feel that energy, that like
Yeah, and if I feel myself collapsing, then what is it that notices the collapse, right? And I'm no longer attached to
yeah,
ah
yeah, not in the story that something's gone wrong, that there's a problem, that you're broken.
right.
Totally made up, always made up.
Oh. Oh, okay. I think I should let others have their time with you.
Mm,
I everything I need, and I will speak to you again very soon. I hope, privately.
yeah. Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, thank you, Shay.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful inquiry, really beautiful inquiry. It's so wonderful to like to be in it with you like this because it's so you know, so many of us have these projections that there's something wrong, that there's something we've got to like not make sure doesn't happen or does happen. Or, so good to see, like just to see through them. They're just projections. It's never true. There's nothing wrong with your experience. Even when it's intense. Mm. Yeah, thank you so much for your willingness to share.
Thank you so much for spending time with me.
Mm. Yeah, Richie. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, there you go.
Good. Hey, Adam.
Hey,
Good to see you.
great to see you again.
Whew. Already my heart's pounding. Just being with that. Whew. It's like that rush, that excitement, like fear.
Yeah.
I'm being seen right now. Oh my God. 48 people are seeing me. Ah! I'm just feeling into my heart for a moment as it's pounding. Just observing it for the moment.
Yeah, just allowing all this energy to be here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there's no rush to get anywhere. Nothing we have to stop.
Yeah, there's this experience of like, I need to manage my emotions. I need to manage these sensations, these feelings. It's we just did a plant medicine. We did psilocybin this couple days ago, and then we tried this medicine called bufo, which I had never tried before. Whew. And in the journey, it was oh my God, so much fear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so much fear, and letting myself feel it, and then running away from it. Finding myself going to help others to avoid dealing with my own fears that were showing up, and and it's this you know, it's like, and then, well, it's showing, it's like this, I got this taste, right? It's like this taste of oneness. It's like, which is, it's so fucking yummy. um and then and then to dive back into the, you know, to send so many words, the shit, like the separation, the
Yeah, how's the separation showing up right now? This moment. The apparent separation.
how is it showing up? It's there's thoughts that show up, like you know, it's trying to grasp at something. It's like constantly trying to grasp at and it always this experience of having to manage, like I need to, again, there's something wrong with me just being here in myself.
Yeah, so good to see the story. So good to see that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that like sort of narrative that like just grabs whatever, like there's something wrong, there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with you. Totally false. So powerful to see it.
Yeah, and I'm feeling like energy moving and opening, like I feel like there's opening happening. It's even just being with that. I'm being told that, or you know, the reminder. I can feel it's like shaking my hands. There's a shaking. There's like a vibrating that's happening.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, you know, that's when I'm, you know, when I experience the medicine or I'm in that space like this, there's just all these vibrations woo, just happening everywhere, and it's inside of me and it's everywhere. It's all over the place, and then it's like, oh, it feels so good, and it feels like I'm experiencing it, and it's like, oh, I'm alive. Like there's aliveness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so good. So gets to be here. All of it. So gets to be here. Yeah, including the shaking. You know, it's like it's every little bit of the energy gets to be here. Nothing wrong with it. Oh.
Whoo! And my mind goes to, oh my God, everybody, the police are going to get called. Neighbors are going to come attack me. Stop being alive. We can't handle that. You're alive. Stop. Too much. Too much aliveness. Reel it in. Reel it in. And it's like I'm always reeling it in.
Oh, so good to see. So good.
Make everybody comfortable. You make yourself comfortable. Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, your aliveness is such a gift. So beautiful. So vibrant. So gets to be here. So welcome.
And it's like, again, I'm gonna hold space for others. I'm gonna, you know, I have to make sure everybody else feels, you know, I'm grounded so you can be. It's like I'm grounded so you can fucking, you know, you can go wherever you want, you know, and feel safe. And I want, you know, it's like I want. It's like I want to feel safe. I want to express and feel safe.
Yeah. Yeah, your aliveness gets to be here. So gets to be here. It's valid too.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm. Hallelujah.
Everyone gets to have their experience.
Like I'm feeling my shoulders relax and it's opening, and the energy gets to just release.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit up tall and straight and like, you know, follow the rules, do what you're told.
Right then, we'll get flip them. Get a sickness.
No, those shoes.
Oh, these?
Yeah, they flip.
What do you mean they flip?
When you walk in them.
Oh, I know. We're all right for that, fast.
Yeah.
You know, because especially on this fucking floor. These are all right. These are like these ones, though.
Flip-flop.
Well, they're not flip-flops. I've got flip-flops. I'm just trying to wear them in again.
You know what he's saying? I agree.
Yeah, actually, for 5 of these were really good.
Yeah, I have a pair of them.
Yeah, no, they're all right.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Richie.
Yeah. Even that moment, I'm like, oh shit, like I have to be quiet now. Somebody's talking a different language. I have to be quiet. I have to figure out what this person's saying. Figure that out. It could be aliens talking. I have to figure it out. What they're saying. You have to figure it all out, and it's bullshit. It's I can let that be there too. And there's a little bit of tightness in the head and shoulder. But still you get to be alive. You know. And then immediately I'm like, thank you, Dad. You know, thank you for holding space for me, Dad. You know, it's like as if I'm not the whole fucking universe. Like
Yeah, your existence doesn't need anyone's permission. Already valid. However it's showing up.
And a tightness in the heart, like in the back of the heart.
Mm.
Like again, it's like this fear. And then I have to pee. Urine, fear. Always trying to associate it with something. I have to associate it with something.
Yeah.
You have to pee, fear. I need to go run out of the room. I was trying to figure it out. Everything means something, right? Fucking bullshit. I make everything mean something.
Yeah, so just letting ourselves feel that fear energy without like buying that there's a threat. You know, we're already safe and there's fear here. Totally get to feel it.
And there's this experience, like I have to take on the fear of the entire fucking world, you know?
Mm.
Like I have to take on everybody else's fear. I'm just afraid to feel even my own fear. You know, there's such a fear to feel my fear.
Yeah, it's just what's here, just whatever's showing up. It doesn't need a solution. It just wants to be felt. Not a problem. Nothing we need to do with it. Really allow these vibrations to be here.
You see, again, my hands go to my heart. I want to manage it.
Mm.
Or maybe I want to be there for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's like an intuitive knowing that just wants to be there for it.
Yeah.
And it's like there's this, like I'm not allowed to have it, you know?
Yeah, we don't have to abandon ourselves here. We get to be here even when we're so scared. Get to be right here, totally into it with it. Not trying to fix anything.
It's nice.
Yeah, right here.
It's just giving my permission just to be seen the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving myself permission to be the way I am.
Yeah.
In all of its different facets.
Totally. Totally.
It's like a nausea. It's like makes me feel sick, you know? It's okay. Feel that.
Totally. Everything has to be here. Yeah, you got to have company here.
Thank God, you know?
You get to be loved here, just as you are.
Fucking God. Ah! Just all this energy just wants to come out, you know? It's just.
Mm. Yeah, all gets to be here. You know, the truth of what's here. What's alive now. What's moving now.
I just feel like my body's just getting more open and getting taller. I just feel like in my belly there's so many sensations, and there's just like all these vibrations in all these different directions just happening, and just letting it just, there's like coolness in my hands. There's like a tension in the head, just trying to overthink it, you know, trying to label it.
Mm.
Feels good to be seen.
Yeah, so good to be here with you, Richie. Yeah, thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you so much, Adam. I love you.
Love you too. Mm. So-
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Richie. Thank you, Adam.
Now I'm going to put myself on mute. Love you all. Thank you, brother.
Jillian, see your hands raised.
Hi, Adam. I unmuted myself.
Right.
Can you see me?
I'm trying to find you. Are you on the screen?
I'm on my screen.
Oh, there you are. There you are. I see you. Great.
I just want to say hi to Richie and Kyrie. It's really good to see you guys. Yeah, so what's going on for me is it's work related. I had an experience at work where I have a difference of opinion with my coworkers, and I expressed this difference of opinion through email, and there's just a lot of tension within me because I feel, well, clearly I feel like it makes sense. The way that I'm thinking about the situation makes sense to me. And last night when I slept and I woke up this morning, and then I realized that I had been in a similar situation with a manager where I felt like they were trying to impose their process on me, and I wasn't comfortable with that. So then just waking up and realizing that, oh, okay, well, this is probably what my coworkers are feeling, that they don't want to have to do something that they are not comfortable doing. But yeah.
Yeah, just let yourself feel what you're feeling there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just noticing the experience. so often like these things can feel like life or death in our system. It's like, it feels like so intense and agitated, and so beautiful and loving to give ourselves space to feel what's there. Just like really letting ourselves feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what tends to happen for me is that I get it's like I want to figure everything out, like I want to find a solution. So it's like, it's just stuck in my head, and it's sort of like in a loop, and I just kind of just get more agitated about it, I think.
Yeah, it's like you'll die if you don't figure it out. You'll die if you don't figure it out. It feels like that's that intensity, that fear. It's like it's got to, it mustn't happen. It mustn't happen. It's got to happen this way.
Yeah. And I'm seeing that as well, because I like my manager, and I see we kind of have the same principle as far as like being comfortable when processes are set in a certain way, and then just following the same process every time. But at the same time, there are things that she takes her time in doing, or is reluctant to get involved in. And in my mind, like, all I'm thinking, like, I woke up this morning and I'm like, I need to just let her know that, like, I mean, do you realize like because we're gonna be kind of short staffed in a month, and it's just this urgency where I just want to tell her, like, what are we doing to fix this? You know what I mean? Like, can we figure this out now instead of waiting until it's upon us?
So it's really helpful to feel that urgency inside you.
Okay.
Because sometimes it can feel like life or death to us, and then we just want to keep doing and pushing and like making something, like,
Yeah.
This has to happen. It has to happen. So it's just sort of like, we'll survive whatever happens in the workplace. Like just sort of reminding ourselves, like, we'll survive whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
This is survivable. Yeah, just like noticing how much how that sense of urgency, that like life or death, like feeling in the body, like, and just reminding ourselves, like, it's safe. It's safe. It's not really life or death there.
Okay.
It may or may not be something you want to communicate to your boss, but it's like so helpful to meet that energy first, because if you bring that energy, it's like it'll either meet resistance or it'll cause everyone to freak out. So it's just like letting ourselves breathe, know that it's like survivable. The sky's not going to fall, whatever happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, being so gentle with the energy in the body, so gentle with that sense of urgency, like letting it be felt, letting it move in the body how it wants to, giving it space.
I hadn't really thought about it like you mentioned, in terms of life or death, but that's makes sense now that you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just this, and I guess that's where the urgency comes from, that you feel like it's gonna be, it's like a threat almost.
Yeah, and it's like, and the thing is, the fear in our system is from the past, from things that happened to us often in early childhood, and we're just like, okay, this is like dangerous, and we're just like on edge and we're vigilant.
Mm-hmm.
And make everything okay. So
Yeah.
it's like that sort of sense of urgency can often be something that just shows up a lot in our lives, and then we project it onto a situation like, oh my God, I've got to like have this under control. This is going to be fixed. Yeah. So it's not really about the situation out there. It's like that's just triggering it. So we just like feel that. So just like letting ourselves feel the energy in the body. And just reminding ourselves we're safe, we have ground, we have a roof over our head, we're not going to die if like this situation doesn't go the way we want it. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like coming out of the fear projection. And then it allows us to see more clearly. You know, once the body's like, the energies move through the body and we've shaken, and we, you know, it's like we can sort of see a little more like, okay, what's true here? What do I need to say something right now? What would be an appropriate way to say it? You know.
Yeah.
But it's like, but to let ourselves feel everything first, like to be in a sort of sense, like to be in a place where we're not inside the sort of survival fear as we're thinking, you know, like, so we're in a place of calm where we can really look at like what's true here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was really helpful to me that when I recognized and I was able to see the situation from my coworker's perspective, and I tend to, or at least in this situation, it seemed very clear to me that what was the right way to do like, this is the right way to do it. I don't understand why you don't see it, kind of thing, you know. It's so
Well, and when there's a survival threat, when there's that sense of survival, we go narrow focus. We like, do it now. You know, it has this sort of like, get out of the way of the tiger. You know, like it's like, it's just very quick, very like, this is the, you know, like very one directional. You know, it's not holding the whole field. You know, so this is the beauty of like letting that energy relax. It's like, yes, there's more space for like, what's going on with my coworkers? Like, how are they feeling? What's their experience here? So it's sort of, the whole field becomes more visible to us.
okay.
Yeah, when we realize there's no tiger in the room, there's no like life or death threat that's here. Yeah, yeah. There's space, there's time. You can feel everything. Feel into everything.
Yeah, I'm just noticing in my body, there is sort of this sensation that's sort of traveling, especially like through my legs, and I do feel calmer.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, and again, like not to make any demand of the experience. Like, so sometimes when we turn towards the experience of fear, it'll become more intense. You know, but to not let that. It's like there's still not really a threat. You know, it's just energy. It's just feeling. So like really letting that be felt in the body. Sometimes the body will shake. You know, it's totally fine for the body to shake. Sometimes it want to jump up and down. You know, whatever it wants to do. You know, just like really letting the body lead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like totally safe. You can let yourself feel it all the way. Yeah, no matter how scary it seems, it's like it's totally safe to let yourself feel it, even when it's really intense. Yeah, and it just gets so tempting. You know, like that fear projection is like so tricky at like finding, you know, what, like there's a threat. Like, oh no, you mustn't feel that. You mustn't feel that. That's too much. You know, it's like so tricky. So good at like trying to find threats. Oh, my heart's getting too fast. What if I have a heart attack? You know, it can often like try to like justify the level of fear, like by finding some threat to latch onto and imagining some threat in the current environment. It's just like reminding yourself you're safe, like letting yourself know that, and letting yourself feel the energy as fully as it wants to be felt.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Oh wow, we got 3 people with their hands up. Sarah, do you know who's next? Who's first?
Yeah, Mark was next. Let's unmute Mark.
Things move when Richie, you said you had said your existence doesn't need anyone's permission.
Yeah.
And this came during that. So deliciously silent, you don't want anything else. And then there's a laughter, a knowing laughter at the core of your being. Amidst the carnage, amidst the tears, the fears, the ravaged souls, a person dying every minute for weeks on end here in New York. Aunt Sylvia lying in that hallway, alone, awash in fluids, choking and scared, bared to the bone, alone. Death's welcome mat finally invites her in. There's no funerals allowed. So fast. It's a warp speed death fast. She's gone. And you're not even allowed the time to grieve. For there is so much more to come. Yet you're deliciously silent as you enter your own personal Auschwitz.
Right here with you, Mark. Mm. Mm.
You know, a woman who lived next door to me for a good part of my life, and in that space, you're just told she's got coronavirus. She's taken to the. Becomes very personal. It doesn't become an abstract number. It's not 50 some odd thousand people dead. It's your aunt, and you can't see her. Your relatives, they can't see her. And this lovely woman, just in a hallway, just scared and choking on fluids with pneumonia. Nobody sitting there and giving her a mournful moment. The thing all really changes when you start seeing, you know, it's not washing your hands shit. It's not bullshit like flattening the curve or little sayings, how to open up again. It's your aunt. It's your mom's doctor. It's sitting there, how viscerally scared you are that my mom in the other room, her best friend, and just, you know, you're sitting there and just no prep, and you know, you're lysoling a door and walking out with gloves and a mask, and people are talking about opening things again or this, that, whatever, and just to spend that moment just sitting inside and going, giving a woman, a lovely woman, the sadness, the really just heartfelt love that she gave, and that you would have wanted her to just have, her son and daughter there, a funeral that she can't even have, that buried at curbside, and it just, it's amazing that just like everyone else here, I this delicious silence, this laughing and quiet, and from when you said that, just all of a sudden, I mean, that just was what was coming out, that just going like, God, these things just happen so fast, like a way of just somebody's life passes in a nanosecond, and you don't even have, an 80 some odd years old, and it doesn't even get a real grieving, a real just how sadness that this lovely person, who a lot of people really, she really was a great person, and a lot of people, and I just I don't know, I just wanted to give her, you know.
Yeah, so beautiful to feel your grief. So beautiful to feel your love.
I'm really glad I could. I'm really glad I could share this with people. I mean, like this around here, it's like an episode of Twilight Zone. You don't see people, or I mean, people kind of call to you like, "You doing okay?" Go to some of the people, but just this thing that just happened just so fast, and just with no blueprint, no way of ever, nothing before. And I was at 9/11. I mean, I used to work in the Trade Center, and you just find out what's really important in life. You just find out what, and as great as the silence and everything was, this is great too. I mean, it hurts and it's sad, but it's great, and
It's so good. So good.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's such a gift to feel this with you. Yeah, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Just like looking at the faces here, I'm just like so touched by how open everyone is. Just like, so wonderful to just like let these energies move through all of us. The whole field, just letting ourselves be touched in whatever way we are. So lovely to be together in this, in all of this, all the different feelings, all the different energies. And Sarah, who's up to share next?
Then we have Lori. I'm going to unmute you.
Laurie?
Oh, Lori Clemens, or I guess it's me. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's two Loris. Yeah, I've never shared in this group. This is my first time. So first of all, I just want to really thank Mark for bringing himself and what he's experiencing to the group and to me, and to get beyond, like you mentioned, all the little sayings, and I'm washing my hands to the reality that so many people are facing. It's such a deeper, recognition of what's going on to have him share himself with us. So I wanted to just say that first, and then I wanted to just bring up something that came up that happened yesterday. So I was on I am become a life coach and leadership and life coach. And anyway, I've been connecting with some of my colleagues that are in various positions, to talk about their situations and being a leader. And I was with this gentleman I met at a retreat in Mexico called Leading from Within. And I just was wanting to get to know him better. And he basically, the whole conversation I came away with, and what he said was, I'm fine. Everything is fine. My life is really good. He's had to shut down his business, they had to furlough 7,000 people. But he just seems so fine. and I feel like even at this point, I still feel all this not being fine, not being like that I don't have something to say, that I'm like shouldn't be in this role. It's just it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to judge it, but it's like, how can I just don't want to be continually feeling like I don't belong in the room.
Yeah, it's so good to see that. It's just so good, because this is this is sort of the core belief, like there's something not okay. It's not okay the way it is. It's like, and we carry this sort of shame perspective on ourselves, that was put in so early on in our lives typically, and we just carry it around, and it's constantly just telling us we're not what we're supposed to be. We're not experiencing in life how we should be, and we've got nothing to offer, and it's not good enough, And it's a total lie. I mean, it's just total lie. But it's only when we see it so clearly, when we see that voice, that narrative, that persistent, repetitive narrative, it's only when we see it that we can start to question it. Yeah. What is wrong with your experience right now? What's lacking in your experience? What's here lacking? What would that even look like?
I have no, there's nothing even to, when my brain gets sort of when that gets circumvented, it's like there's nothing wrong. But there is a deep, there is a, just such a compassion for myself.
Yeah.
And I have a lot to offer, because I know what I've gone through so much stuff, and when I'm with someone who says they're so okay, there's no entry. not like I want to go into colluding and commiserating and she isn't everything wrong, but just, you know, being present with people as they are that's where I like that. I want to be there, and I am there with this whole the whole mishigosh of myself.
Yeah, it's like to feel those places that feel vulnerable, that feel painful. It's like to let ourselves know that. Yeah, we don't have to abandon ourselves there. It's not a mistake. It's not a problem. We so get to feel exactly our particular feelings. We so get to feel them, you know, like as they're moving through our particular system at this particular moment, you know, they so get to be here. They're not wrong, not a mistake. They're not less than someone else's experience, ever. You know, we get to cry, we get to laugh, we get to scream, we get to jump up and down, we get to growl, we get all of it.
I think the thing that's really hard is like sometimes like I'll be talking with someone like that, and inside I just want to say out loud, I don't always feel good, you know. I have all these feelings are going on. All this, there's so much energy in there. There's so much, you know, awe and fear and confusion, and I just want to like be that out. I want to just like, I don't want to say it out loud because I look like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to go running, that these things are popping up, like the weather's changing every 5 minutes. And then, yeah, then when I can deeper in another place, a spacious place, it's all okay.
Yeah, and it's like, and the intensity and the space are here together, you know, even when there's intense emotion, there's like awareness here. So it's like, so we can be in a space where like the body's like shaking and like terrified, and we're like, there's something that's noticing the shaking, and it's just like, wow, the body's really going through something intense, you know.
Yeah.
Or just like Mark did, just like totally going into the grief, just like feeling it, wailing, like just totally allowing that, and at the same time knowing that like it's totally okay to do this. It's totally okay. It's actually exactly what wants to happen. It's not a problem. It's not something to get over. No. Like one day you'll arrive and you'll never feel pain again. You'll never shed another tear. You'll never get scared again. You know, it's just like that's.
Like, hey, yeah, I got it all together. I'm like, I've got it all together.
Yeah, like I'm in charge here.
I'm in charge. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not how it is. Yeah, yeah, we so get to feel. You know, as we open, we actually become more alive. We feel more. We're more sensitive. And it can be confusing because it's like, hey, I've sort of opened more and I feel like more in touch, but it's like, but then like, why am I experiencing all these incredibly strong, intense emotions? And it's like, it totally gets to be here. So good. We get to be so sensitive. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of it. There never was. Yeah, we never need to doubt the validity of our experience. We never need to ask the question, is it okay that I feel this? It's like, who the hell's asking that question? Like, reality is here. Like, what is the one that sits in judgment of that? You know? Yeah. Mm. Yeah, so appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
Mm. Who's next, Sarah?
We have Bogumiła raising her hand. I'm going to unmute you.
Hi, Adam.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah. That's why I raised my hand, because I I just feel so happy to see you that I wanted to express it somehow. Share it. Not many words. It will not be very entertaining, but
It's so good. It's so good.
yeah.
So lovely not to have to perform anything or grab a problem or make something. Yeah. Just enjoy the simple connection. Yeah, the love. Yeah, I mean, this is so what we're doing on this call. It's just like this like call for us to come be with each other. Embrace each other. As we are.
I'm so touched by your presence that, tears are coming out.
So beautiful to feel you.
So beautiful. I just feel the beauty of your quality and your presence.
He's fucking like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Thank you.
Thank you.
So nourishing.
Oh, so lovely.
Yeah.
Who's next, Sarah?
And we have the other Lori. I'm going to unmute you.
Thank you. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Laurie.
Yeah, hi. And thank you, everybody, for sending me instructions on the pressing the raise hand button. I appreciate that teamwork. So nice to hear everybody. Well, I don't have a question. I just wanted to thank Mark so much. Wow, you just opened up my space, my whole space for my whole day.
Yeah.
Thank you for crying out. Thank you for crying out for me and for everyone. Thank you for holding that space of grief. Thank you for crying for all our loved ones and all the suffering. And I'm a New Yorker also, and every day, I'm in New Jersey now, but every day I feel that pain. And we cried for my mother, who had a kind of a cruel death, and not by COVID, but just for embracing grief. And it was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful what you did. And I'm just extremely grateful. And Adam, I'm extremely grateful to you for holding that space where this can arise, you know, for every interaction I've had with you. And it just, this whole community is just so lovely. It's just so lovely. I appreciate all of you. So I just wanted to express a lot of love and gratitude.
I so share your appreciation, Laurie. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful just to feel everyone, isn't it? Just like each person who shares, just like giving themselves to us. So beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, my heart feels wide open, and I thank you all for that. And
thank you, Laurie.
Thank you. Thanks.
And we have Alice raising her hand.
Okay. Sarah, are there a couple of people who might have had their hands raised a while? Like I think, I think there's like 3 people or something. So maybe just check that you have everyone on the list.
I can see just this one person that's raising her virtual hand, but maybe there were some people who has just been having her physical hand, which I haven't seen.
I feel like I keep getting messages saying it's like 3 people with their hands raised or something, but yeah, like, okay. Alice.
Hi. Hi, Adam.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't have anything particular to say for me now. But after having pushed the raise hand, the heart has started beating so stronger. And it's really, I feel the power of this beautiful girl and the power of the sharings, and really would like to thank you and thank everybody.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Just like let ourselves receive the energy, like being seen, expressing our hearts.
Where I live in Italy, the COVID is more from news, and there's not really the sensation we are involved a lot. Even if there's these people with masks and etc. and gloves in the shops, etc. So it was really powerful to share with Mark and Laurie there in New York. So thank you so much. Mm. Yeah, we feel more the fear of people. People are scared.
Yeah.
This is really intense to see people on the street or in the shops. They are really scared, and this is so affecting them.
Yeah, just like really letting it all be included here. Everything gets to be felt. Everything gets to be included.
And personally, I'm fine, but I have the impression something has changed forever, and it's powerful. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you for helping bring everyone together here today as well with the emails.
It's really nice to see all these people. Thank you, and going to be part of this. It's really an honor. Thank you.
So I cannot see any more hands raised for now, but if maybe there is someone who's not comfortable using the button, so maybe you
Mark,
can unmute
Mark
yourself.
is that a hand, Mike? Are you, Mike? You can wave at us if you want to speak.
I'd like to speak.
Yeah, great. Wonderful.
Hello, 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 hello. Bonjour.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh shoot. Sorry. Yeah. So I sort of have been thinking about this, and I realized, as you have said, you know, maybe what I'm thinking is not a problem. But the sense is there's a sense of presence, I would call it, and then the mind or the thoughts come in and steal my attention. So that's kind of my process, is kind of toggling back and forth.
Yeah, maybe just so just like now, like as you're here with me now, like, yeah, is there anything stealing your attention?
Yeah, it kind of goes off and then comes back.
Yeah.
The mind starts describing or judging.
What's it trying to do?
The thoughts, I feel like they're just trying to distract me. It feels like that it's an entity that doesn't want to die. That wants it, like a child wants attention.
It's a nice image.
Thank you.
So what happens if you give them attention like a child, like they're a child?
But then I get wrapped up, and I can feel it's, I don't know how to say it. It's just, it's you know, it's as opposed to the presence, which is this kind of calm openness. I guess people use the word contracted, but it's definitely a lower kind of, it is the anxiety.
Yeah, so just to notice like the words like lower and like the sort of the negative, the shaming of the experience. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just like really welcoming like whatever the experience is, and to notice like there's an energetic like so the mind might be chattering, but there's also something energetically happening, like contraction or whatever. So just like letting yourself feel what that is, like what is that experience? Yeah, we're just running towards it with love.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just right now, just what's here.
Yeah. Okay, well there was a little fear. Yeah, there's a little stress of being put on the spot. But
yeah, and just to let yourself feel that. Let yourself feel how alive that is.
Okay.
Yeah, like letting yourself feel like the intensity of it. Not trying to minimize it or make it go away, just like really letting it be here. Yeah, we're totally inviting it in. It's alive. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a letting go kind of when I do invite it instead of pushing it away, maybe.
Yeah, just just letting the awareness, like noticing where that's happening in the body, where it's alive, where it's frozen, where it's tight. Just letting ourselves know it all. And and bringing love to it. Yeah. None of it's wrong. None of it needs fixing.
Yeah, I hear that, and I know it's true.
Yeah, the rejection can happen so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like we're just so convinced, like, no, this is not good. This is not allowed. This is not right. That's not spiritual. So quick.
Yeah.
So automatic.
Yeah.
I mean, the conditioning, the rejection of our experience happened so early on. We learn to reject it. It's like certain feelings, just like hide those, stuff those somewhere, contract, stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freeing to not have to control, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to notice like the experience of control, like where that's happening, like how that feels in the body. Again, like bringing so much compassion to that experience.
It feels like the control is what contracts the situation, or trying to control.
Yeah. Yeah, so just feeling like to let yourself know what that feels like. What does it feel like to try to control? Yeah, like really letting yourself have that experience.
I mean, my first thought was, that's so stupid. Yeah, it loses its power.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like the invitation is to move towards that that we're scared of, that we reject, that we make wrong. It's like sort of allowing ourselves to be sensitive to that place where it's like, oh, I don't want to feel this, or I want to stop this, you know, and like
Right.
letting ourselves know what that is. Like, what's that experience? What's there? What's the aliveness that's there? Yeah.
Right.
Even if it's painful, even if it's uncomfortable, it's like really like turning towards that, letting it be felt.
Okay.
It all gets to be here, all gets to be included. None of it's what the mind tells us, none of it's what shame tells us.
Right.
What are you noticing right now?
Um, the feeling of peace is more pronounced and more, that's where my attention is.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And the thoughts aren't, but I'm not, I don't notice the thoughts as much.
Yeah, it's like it's not like to not make war on any part of our experience. So when we're thinking, it's just like letting ourselves know the energetic of that and know what's being felt. Like just like opening to everything that's here, letting it all be here, letting it all be felt. There's nothing we've got to stop. As soon as we try to stop what's happening, it's like now we're just like in confusion and trying to make war on ourselves. And
Okay.
who wants to go around constantly tracking whether we're thinking, you know, like I've got to like constantly notice if I'm thinking and stop the thought, stop the thought. It's just like, yeah, we get to be here. We get to have our experience. We get to have all of it fully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Thank you.
Great to see you again.
Yeah.